I just have to ask, why is it that in the company of Justin Wong, Ultra David, Broly Legs, In Vain, Ricky Ortiz, SEO, Perfect Legend, Meister, Ace King Offsuit, Apology Man, Big Bird, Jeff the Hero, Harada, Young PTK, and Maximilian Dude, am I being included as part of the FGC and you're not?
Because I had no take on it when that happened.
Why didn't you have a take on it?
Oh, it's fine. Whatever.
I FGC outrank you now.
There you go. No, that's your first.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about? That's your first Event Hub story. I've been on Event Hubs many times. Did you not know that?
I'm sure you were, buddy.
Well, I got my late take.
Yeah, was it that shrine that you tweeted? Because that was pretty funny.
Powerline adapters, baby. There's what you got.
Did you build that? Is that yours, or is that
like
an image you found?
No, I bought these.
Oh man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You got the candles and all that shit.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, I did that. That was a setup.
Yeah, that's solid.
You know, since it's pretty hard to get materials these days, I had to look around the house to see what type of decorative items I could use, and the little flowers and wheat were, you know, they were the only ones in the house. Those were the ones that Steph preserved from the field where I proposed. So. You know, I'm like, hey, let me just make sure to keep these away from the candles and not burn them down for the meme.
Yeah.
Let's not burn
Don't
away.
burn your house down for memes.
Let's not burn away the house and the sentimental value of these flowers. Let's not roast them down for the dankest memes. I didn't. But
it's a pretty dank meme.
Yeah. So, in any case, that's, you know, the EVO Online news
It's time!
It's popping off. It's happening.
I feel like you and I have been prepping for this news story for like 3 years.
I mean,
we've been complaining about fighting game online forever, and now, oh my god, now everyone has to live it.
So, you know, the way that this is going to be going down, of course, is going to be not considered official, right? So the first thing you gotta realize is no one's gonna take this as a official Evo, even though it's got the name on it. They're gonna do everything,
even though it's the most official Evo.
Even though it's the most official it's ever been, this is going to be put out there as a fun replacement event. Don't take it too seriously, folks. Why?
Bullshit.
No, it's you know, and
it's the first Evo.
It's all been in preparation. This is the real one. Evo starts now.
Listen, the spirit of Evo is an open tournament. This is an open worldwide tournament.
Evo begins at quarantine. Yes. Okay. We've been waiting for the shoe to drop on this one for a while because they've waited really long into this.
Yeah, really long.
To announce that Evo was being canceled. And I guess they wanted to confirm the online component. But Evo was announced to be canceled for 2020, and it will be replaced with an unofficial online event. So this is definitely going to be... It's a fucking blow up no matter what happens, because you gotta call
so sick,
because you gotta call it unofficial, because the genre has not lived up to a quality that supports an online official event. There have been online official events, but most games cannot do these. Some games can.
So
most games can.
I'd like to drill down with slightly more specificity on your statement. The genre, in specific cases, has lived up to the promises of an online tournament. However, none of those games are the ones that are being played at EVO this year.
Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Including one, MVC2, which is unbuyable currently.
The genre has solved these problems. They have been solved. You're super right. The flagships and the banners that represent the most popular games in the genre are the ones that are failing. And that exposure has never been more real, has never been more hard. You want to talk about a punctuation at the end of the rollback sentence that has been the news stories
been growing in power this year.
We've been covering for 12 months now. This is the fucking exclamation mark, right? Now you want your fucking now you can't leave, right? Now you can't play offline.
You're stuck in here with me.
Now you're stuck in here, right? We told you to leave. You didn't want to leave. Now you can't leave. Right? Now there is no offline. Now you gotta play online. Did you do your due diligence? Right? This is a judgment day of your game's netcode, and it's coming for us all. And it'll be very clear because we don't have to pretend.
Very clear.
We don't have to pretend we don't know what's up. It'll be very clear that like most of the most popular games are going to be absolute shit shows of events. Anything on that main list is going to be in trouble, with the exception of those who have done their fucking homework. Like, I mean, again, MK has good online. It works. They built a system that works.
Thank God MK11 is going to be there this year.
Well, and as I was talking to Reggie about on stream, the resurgence of Killer Instinct Skullgirls and Them's Fighting Herds, which is now out of early access and full launch.
Congrats 1.0. Good job, guys.
They made it. Congrats to Them's Fighting Herds. Main 6 did it. Good guys. The games where the netcode works suddenly have all the relevance in the world. And suddenly, all the endless, annoying chatter that would come from your Sajams and your Ultra Davids and, you know, I mean, like, I feel like we yelled about it for quite a bit. And, like, anyone who understands in your Keats and your Bestabons and you know what I mean, like Mike Z.
You would usually say
all of these voices
kind of situation puts it under a microscope or a magnifying glass. You know, right? That's the expression you would usually use. This is the Hubble Space Telescope,
exactly
pointed at this problem.
And now all of these individuals, Max standing loudly with the fucking blaring speaker, going, "Holy shit, we have an answer. We have an answer."
Mike Z put out a goddamn like treatise on fucking Wi-Fi just a week ago.
It was super ghetto, filmed in his room, low light, but he explained exactly why wireless is always bad. It doesn't matter how fast your connection is. It matters that it
doesn't even matter what you're using it for.
It's that it drops. It's consistency, not speed. A huge thing that people still don't understand. And, you know, when I see those threads of like, explain it like I'm 5, it's like, yeah, like people really need to have this broken down because, you know, they don't always share and get around. The word doesn't get around. I mean, that Keats video traveled. It traveled pretty far, but not far enough, apparently, you know? So all of this comes to a head now where you cannot ignore its girth nor its gate. You cannot ignore that you made a game, you didn't give a fuck, or you just ignored it, or you just did things the way you always did. Your online sucked, you made no attempt to address the complaints people have been making for months to years about your game, and now, when EVO needs to work online, it's going to make your game look like shit. And it was your fault.
This is incredible catharsis, because we've been complaining about this for a long time. I've been complaining about it since I had to play Third Strike on the 360 emulation, like forever, right? It's so stupid. But The problem was always, first of all, not a single one of these games is from anywhere but Japan this year at EVO. And Japanese devs go, it's fine. They shrug and they go, it's fine, right? And I feel maybe it's ignorant of me.
The decision makers.
But the decision makers. I feel that the reason why it's so easy to shrug and say it's fine is because it's not visible. People complain, right? People get mad. Maybe even sales go down. But it's not like everyone sees it.
Pat,
right?
do you remember? Sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point, because They're
going to see it now. That's all. I had one more sentence. This is unavoidable to watch. It will be very, very visible.
You see that clip where the official Nintendo Smash tournament has some fucking lag in the middle of the match, and they cut away to the announcers going, "Oh, looks like we're having a little bit of an issue here, but don't worry. This is only happening on the stream side of things. That's just our production. The players are still playing with no interruptions whatsoever, so don't worry about it." And they literally just lied to you, pretending that the players weren't lagging in game, saying that the players are experiencing
for every game, for every match.
It's psychotic.
Like the top 3 games at EVO this year are SF5, Tekken, and Smash Bros. Right? It is astonishing to me because all 3 of them are going to fall apart in different ways. SF5 has the netcode rollback shit done badly, where many matches in top 8 are going to be teleporting shitfests. Unwatchable garbage. Tekken 7, their top 8 has people from fucking the west coast of the US, Korea, Japan, and Pakistan with delay-based netcode. You're going to see Earth Wind Godfists come out, and you're going to wait for 5 seconds to see if the fucking guy dodged it before it happened.
Not unless
And then Smash! Fucking Smash! If the connection's bad enough, it'll fucking drop you and replace you with a fucking bot! And that bot could win! That bot could win EVO!
Not if you pray and retweet my holy tweet. Not if you retweet my holy tweet. Then you're covered.
No internet in the world. No netcode in the world. No fucking connection is going to make Tekken 7 from motherfucking Pakistan to San Francisco work.
I want to give a hearty shout out to the Kill Sage FGC God, who said on April 26th, "Today in Skullgirls, I played some people from Canada, Europe, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil. The netcode patch is excellent. Join us."
I am shaking with excitement.
I don't know if you heard.
My hands are trembling.
I don't know if you heard, but they found a way to make the netcode in Skullgirls better. I don't know if you heard, but they literally went...
I literally didn't.
They went, "Oh shit, yo, we can make this rollback even better," and they fucking patched it, and they made it even better, dude.
You know what the best part?
It's insane.
About net play is for Skullgirls and fucking Killer Instinct in particular. Those games in the FGC like mentality or zeitgeist or whatever, they're old and they might as well be dead, right? I bet you $100 fucking dollars if I loaded up Skullgirls right now, I would be able to get into a good match in less time than it would take me to get into a match in Street Fighter V.
Yes, that's the nature of good netcode, is it doesn't just mean the matches you play have a better consistency and quality to them. It means you can match up with more people. By making the matches more consistent, you can open up the amount of people you're allowed to connect to.
Which means a community can survive on what, 2,000 worldwide
much
players?
less than usual. 50 dedicated motherfuckers that want to hold a game on their back but can't connect to each other can't do anything.
Yeah.
So when you talk about visibility and the nature of how you can out of sight, out of mind, a problem in development, it really is interesting because like it's almost a little bit of like, remember when we'd hear about like garbage news from like Atlas and their treatment of the UK?
Yep.
Forever. And
there's a recent guy on Twitter complaining about the Sega just forgetting that Nordic countries exist.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like all of those issues are these perfect things of just like, yeah, like fuck that region, right? It's not whatever. We're dealing with this and we're dealing with some of that and whatever, It's
Hey, I'm going to do an impression. Are you guys ready for my impression? Here's me pretending to be every single video game developer that's not CD Projekt for the past 20 years. All right, here it goes. Hey, Poland, suck it. That was my impression. Thank you, everyone.
Damn. Polish was a list on the Nordic languages localization QA that we would do. It was there. They did have it. EFIGS-D, PPSK, But anyway, so you have these little things where they just like out of sight, out of mind these areas, and for the longest while, they would have you'd have these fucking devs that were just like, yeah, this is our way or the highway. This is the way we've always done it. You know the deal. We're repeating the same information at this point. Seth Killian came out and told us, guys, they just don't really want to play along. They don't care. They have a way of doing things that's rigid and you can't really penetrate it. It takes a while to convince them of anything. What do you want me to fight for? And so, when it came,
people stuck in their ways,
decision makers, that force others who, can try their best to convince, but they won't get their words across. And look, when it came down to ArcSys, we literally found out that they were arguing with each other. The people making decisions had more sway and were basically saying, no, we're going to do the net code we do, which is delay based. We're going to stick with it. It's fine. They saw no problem with the way things have been done in all previous games. They saw no issue with any of the other games at the moment. They're the decision makers and they're like, yeah, we're doing what we've always done. And like internally, fights were happening, and you made a tweet to the effect of like, oh, to be a fly on the wall, when...
Yeah, in my tweet that was to be a fly on the wall when people who said it's fine watch their games literally fall to pieces on the biggest stage they could ever be on.
I would love to hear like the energy that the few that are fighting for net for fucking rollback.
There are assuredly some people at Capcom, at ArcSys, that are like you think we're getting excited to be proven right?
Exactly.
Imagine being the guy get in a meeting screaming at someone in Japanese.
The annoying guy that they're so sick of that is trying to get the right thing done so that the game is better. And they're not listening to you, and now this happens, right? It is totally your day. It is absolutely your victory to have when this all falls apart.
Hey, guess what? That guy, whoever the fuck it was, whatever group of people it was, it couldn't have been one person, right? At ArcSys, they won their battle, but it wasn't guaranteed to go forward, right? This Evo with fucking Dragon Ball and Grand Blue just falling to shit, they're good. They're locked in.
So
their decision will have borne fruit.
The one guy was probably not one guy. It was likely a group. And that group...
5-10 people.
That group of people at ArcSys were able to take the sheer numbers of surveys filled out at Arc Revo and after the beta and coat themselves in an armor of it and go into those meetings. They built a fucking power armor out of the amount of survey results they got because that shit stacked to the ceiling. Everyone made sure to say rollback matters, netcode matters, right? And let's not get it twisted. The people responsible for making this survey certainly had questions laid out in such a way that these points could be made easy. You understand? Sometimes when you want to ask an audience something and make it very clear to a negative authority what your point is, you want to, I don't know, maybe lead the witness a little bit, and you kind of lead the audience a little bit by going, hey, here's a nice big old question for you. How important is netcode to you? You know what I mean?
I like your phrasing as coding themselves in armor, right? There's an old phrase in like an old legal phrase that is the law is a shield, it's not a weapon, right? Those surveys and that feedback, those were shields, right? That's so that they could get in to that meeting and not get dismissed out of hand and actually get their point across.
Look how many people care about
the videos of Grand Blue Fantasy versus top 16. That's a sword. That's the ability to walk in and start losing your mind and start going, I told you, you motherfuckers. I fucking told you.
I mean, Reggie came on and talked about how his copy of Grand Blue, he tried to play with a dude in fucking Montreal Nord and couldn't get a decent match going because it was not fucking, it just didn't work. And it's like,
dude, I was going to pick it up just to fuck around with it and realized I probably would never have been able to get a good match and just like,
it's so stupid.
This isn't even the like, oh, I want a game to get back into fighting games. It's like, no, I was literally going to be like, I would have picked it up for like an afternoon, right? And be like, oh, cool. And then like, oh, I'm not going to get that afternoon. I'm not even going to get like, fuck.
I mean, we say it every time. So, God bless if you're sick of hearing it, but it's 13 years old. It's a solution that's 13 years old. And we're still here. So yeah, so here we go. This is the punctuation. And hopefully, I am rooting for catastrophe.
I'm rooting for like
that.
So I want
the ashes.
I want commentary.
I'm rooting for catastrophe so that from the ashes is born a new understanding that we need that to stop. We need Evo 2020 to go as poorly as possible netcode-wise for games that are still on fucking delay-based to make the point clear. And I bet I'm not the only one. And I bet there are players out there that who knows what they might do when streamed on a live match. Maybe make a point of some kind.
Anything is possible. Okay.
Get your lag switches out.
There were a lot of amazing takes from the Evo 2020. But I think what might be the best one is, I forget who was saying it, but it was like, I hope the guy who made Tiny Ryu with infinite meter wins Evo.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
Like 8-inch tall Ryu with infinite meter.
Tool assisted for grand finals. Tool assisted for fucking grand finals. Absolutely.
You know what I want to see? I want to see fucking Jay Wong and whoever the fuck else, and I want to see someone pull a cord and have the match go, oops, no winner.
There was another I don't know who
you gotta do a do-over.
There's another tweet I saw where it's just like, can't wait for grand finals featuring Low Tier God and Cerro Blast on alternate accounts.
Yeah, why not?
You know, who knows? Who knows?
How the fuck are they going to police multiple entries?
Well, hey, buddy. Notice I said unofficial.
Yeah.
There, you can't. It's done. It's unofficial. It's funsies.
Oh my god.
It's funsies. All right? That's what I'm getting at. How you can't...
So I'd like to announce, by the way, I'm going to enter EVO this year.
Well, I'm saying you can't... Dude, like, there's no... Anyone that's like, no, it's going to be official. It's like, how are you going to make it... How are you going to prove that somebody didn't pass the fucking stick between rounds? You know?
You can have a video of every person.
And that you upload to slow down the connection further?
What are you going to do?
Put more... You just can't... Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's done. It's done. It's done, dude. There's those hot potato videos of people playing in Marvel where, like, they tag out and tag characters and then, like, literally swap... You know, one character.
Yeah, that's cool.
You literally are gonna have that shit. You can't fucking stop that. This is funsies. It's nonsense, dude. It can't be possibly official because people competing from their couch cannot be regulated in any way, shape, or form.
There's only one thing that takes the wind out of my sail on this, because this is, I will be very honest, this is legitimately the most excited I have ever been for anything ever relating to fighting games.
Sounds like it.
Ever. Like, there's no this is the most awesome, hilarious shit ever. The only thing that could make it better is if one of those 9 games was Skullgirls or Killer Instinct,
so that you get the contrast,
so that you could see it.
Yep.
So everything would be falling to pieces, and it'd be a nightmare shit show.
And
then they cut to the camera
answer.
showing the KI tournament, and it's fine.
Yep. The clear answer is there in the games that work. Yep. Totally.
And it's fine, and there's commentators, and they're just chatting, and it's normal. You know?
It's a world that, like, you're allowed to be as smug as possible if you made those games, because you're just like, yeah, I don't know what the rest of you guys are doing.
There are tiers of smugness here, right? We're on tier 2. No, we're on tier 3. Tier 1 is Mike Z and the Skullgirls gang, the KI gang, and the MK11 gang, the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid people, the Cannons, etc., right? People who fucking did it, and it's done. Then you have the Arc System people who were like, fucking do it, you pussies. And then at tier 3 is the people who've been beating the drum outside the business for however long.
I mean, if you want to give it a tier 4, it's the cannons that invented it. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'd put cannons in tier 1, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because tier 4 would be somebody who owns the Red Bars Go Home t-shirt.
Right. But it's psychotic, because it's like, literally, it's like the cannons, the people, the Evo makers are also the people that made the solution. And
you know what? No, they're tier 0.
It get ignored.
Because they made it, and they're running the tournament in which they're forcing people to look at how right they were.
That's what it's crazy. It's crazy right now. They made the answer, and now they're staring at the results of, like, just stubbornness, where it's like, no, you could have used our fix. You could have used it. You know?
Do you think they're going to be smug enough to come out and be like, you know what would be the dunkest dunk ever? Invitational or closed beta for the fucking League fighting game alongside Evo broadcast.
Probably too soon for that, but it would be a pretty slam dunk.
That would be like a fucking knife in the ribs.
Anything, honestly, any game that would get high profile coverage that has rollback would stand apart. That's it. Any game that you know.
Okay, so what do we got? We got MK11, got Skullgirls, we got KI, we got Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. We have that fucking wacky animal fighting meme game.
I mean, so MK,
we got them fighting herds.
MK is a weird one because they're not rollback, but it works nonetheless.
But it's good.
You want to talk about
Last Play 2 in there?
Last Play 2 got in there. Mark of the Wolves got in there. MVCI got in there.
Yeah, Marvel Infinite. Nax is beating that drum real good.
Yeah,
right
Fight of Animals, all of them, they got in there. Yep. Sam Show 5 got it updated as well. A lot of retro games got it in there. You could just run it. Man.
It's the best. It's the best outcome.
Oh, I'm stupid. I was wrong about MK11. It is rollback.
Yeah.
For the longest while, I completely misunderstood that. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, you just get them all lined up, and you just show off like good Evo Online. Evo Online. It Works edition. Yeah. And it really is like it's strange how hard that line is drawn between the West and Japan. Western games and Japanese games having just
it's like it's different industries. It's like there's no overlap at all.
Fucking a chasm, you know?